Guys, please.
Nanso enada idea yeti ase enso yatu ya numu topreko one wan se wo kokasa ya kasa bo anyina ahye yeyem omampanyine na nado danko akufuado eti brekese nimdefuo womanimfuo okukwadrufuo abatamfuo se na ya fewo dodo omampanyine na nado danko akufuado se wonam na se wasumuje wo chen a enya bibio eya yeye yesi kuta danchanso suku abe abatan fonse guwonti nyina na se yakaiwo ya fewa mamuo papa free SHS do ya fe ankasa omampanyini meba na abatan foti amena so samense wo se yebeyi wayene yebeyi wayachna na yayi wayafebo won kwaso abru omse wonfie ne de amampanyini omonti ase wutimi wo se asoti se bam ana wudi bi aka ho oho afe dodo wa ho afe ne wonfie ne de amampanyini abo abrankasa amampanyini na na dodan kwa akufuado wo penso ana ye nyina one constituency one ambulance mampanyini penso ana ya restore teacher training allowances nursing training allowances mampanyini penso ana ye nya paperless sport mampanyini na na dodan kwa akufuado penso ana kaya ye fuonu ne sampa NPP amanyokuo munyiyimu modumo mu hostels mampanyini na na dodan kwa akufuado amamuo ana ya securities enya vehicles ahodo de ye juma judges sinya bangalo ahodo mampanyini wanim ne wachi aban beko aban beba na wahini no ene wa mamwona de yes say ai na nadwa mamwanya woda sebo de kokko ne nkat anya woda na fru dodo mampanyi na wa mamu ede na wa mamu akwono sine subontini wi
Yeah, with the president performance, I will deal with it. That was the there's in my head and the business of 20. Yeah.
I kept saying that the Mahama administration should look at Dr. Bawumia's blueprints for Galamsey. and some people didn't understand me. They should go in there and look at what exists there,
Glad you said it.
including creating the common pool of facilities to help the miners because they can't afford small-scale miners, so that you regulate them properly. Yes, go on.
Yeah, that design takes lessons from South Africa, where gold mining is taking place.
Abusafo Galamsey GNDC for nsem a twetwere omobo. Wo mu hunu ne wo monye, wo mu hu boto ano emfa kra enhim no. Ene ye sorry ya. Sami Jamfi ne Galamsey board no, o ma ba betro. At social media say Dr. Baumia ne rich ideas na wo se wo de beku Galamsey say ye man akwanya na obeye president time. Wo de beku Galamsey na no mo be use de akọ Galamsey say. Hey, ewiase. And this for no more did Dr. Baumia tem, and Dr. Baumia useless, and Dr. Baumia saying Dr. Baumia failure, and then and this is for I said Dr. Baumia, the rich ideas no be to media Galamsey. Now you say me boy, you say idea we are Dr. Baumia there. Shabi do we should be back. Now MPP for mention Munientia, Dr. Baumia is the only person now. Obet miaji 2 million in fala in 2028. Just watch this video a very few seconds.
That's one of the first things Dr. Baumia wants to do. So he wants to invest in geological investigation of the mineral zones so that you don't go digging the places to find it. We'll be able to tell you that the gold is here and here and here. So anybody who wants to do mining, where do you go? Here or here?
Okay. Some of us ye kunya huma Dr. Baumia. Enya bibi enti but ye jiti wo ye mu say he is the only person na wobetimi agi 2 million MPP. Now when you 2 million wetimi ye Ghana ye ama Ghana ye better place to say US than UK. Any baby amanfo ku omho so mo betu kwanya kodo. Hwe ene NDC government is surviving on the very ideas, the very rich ideas of Dr. Baumia. Omo criticizing ya, omo ye propaganda tia no. Economy improvement abem. Inflation a reduce. CD na ejina na ho oden so. Bank of Ghana nkasa elu tom say Dr. Baumia na rich ideas na boy. In 2028, MPP will have a strong argument, a strong case to make to Ghanaians because NDC for nkasa omenu tom. Enu mo ne ye actually say Momu Nima Memobia, na Dr. Baumia is the only person with the rich ideas. A bit in Yabwa Ghana, Amagan, a better place. One Kasa one ye, Trese, a Baumia ideas no Womudi Buo Mino. And this Baumia now on one Kasa or why ideas no Woho, name people present now. Do you think say Ghana for a Beshanoka? Do you think say Ghana for Eba kotwa ma NDC for nipa na ono ankasa na idea ne ye ne dia no ogina ho se ento abama na do you think say they will overlook him and bring obi ana party bia omo no they will borrow his ideas MPP for moma ye ngine moma ye nim da ho ne hunu say ene Dr. Baumia ne ho ya kono sene hwe Dr. Baumia, ne ho kono aye esen Ferrari. Dr. Baumia, ne ho kono aye esen hwe. He is the only person Dr. Baumia kwa me say. Ye be fa ne fala because NDC aban Dr. Baumia idea ni wa fit drip machine they call gold for oil ni chese omo ntimi mbu o man no. Timomu ya ni nda ho.
My government will engage exploration experts from the universities and the geological institutions to assist in exploring our 7 gold belts. However, if even only 5% of the 5 billion ounce estimate materialize, only 5%, it will be a game changer for Ghana. My government will provide the Geological Survey Department and our universities with resources annually to undertake a mapping of areas where we have gold reserves. As a matter of policy, we will legislate that concessions in areas with proven gold reserves that we'll find 100% of those concessions will be given to Ghanaians.
Or say, NDC for Frempong Boatin say, yeah, Galamsey pa ewo Ghana. Enti, the ewo report to the muno. Yes, so ye G2 Obi, Minuana exposing who say on parking kind. That is why he has said so. Because report Boatin, there be anywhere, in this 37-page report, or see NDC for ye Galamsey. There is no part of this report. And I'm just trying to find that relevant portion. What Frempong Boatin said, and he said, NDC for a well established in small scale mining. Obi, small scale mining. Ghana Mrama Hokwai. Paragraph 5, page 3. Muntie de Frempong Boatin Kaya. It is well known in small scale mining circles that NDC members and sympathizers were well established in small scale mining. Me ba to we Galamsey. Atrofo. Mun kenkan na ma betra radio so na mo mislead amanfo. Asemo Frempong Boatin abeto we a medjuma
and obi eni waga na ha. Obi a waga na ha bi eni.
2 minutes each.
Obi, can I speak?
No, I'm here. You are giving how many minutes?
I want him to be here so I embarrass him.
You are giving how many?
Professor Frempong Boatin bought a report and show baby NDC for illegal mining. The guy is a pathological liar, and he says it with so much confidence. Or council no say the attempt. Who try trono? Who say catch me say meno? You sukanoma. Me why you are lying? Obi share. Erikaje betie or say. Tie. Frempong Boatin say. In Wasa East District, a former NDC deputy minister who is also MP for Wasa East constituency has been actively mining in the Supreme area for years. Or say, when MPP party officials complained and the army component of the Operation Vanguard was withdrawn, almost 2 years to the 2020 elections, the NDC was given an advantage in terms of access to resources for mining. Obitiha. Or say, this is because there are far more NDC people engaged in illegal mining than MPP members in the region. It's in the Frempong Boatin report. The guy is a liar. He shouts and screams. He's a pathological lawyer. Or Chantro. Now me lawyer to be hang in Chantro say that. Also Aka report no. He said it on record. Say Frempong Boatin said nowhere. Say NDC for engaged in illegal mining. Frempong Boatin report. Or say this is because there are far more NDC people engaged in illegal mining than MPP members in the region. Sami Defi is a liar. Obi Otwan to be a crumbo. Those are personal attacks.
Now we're not here. We're not with the radio station.
Miracles. Chobo.
Nobody trying to be a
Miracles.
That's a question.
You can say to say Sami Defi is a liar.
I can't munu. I can't say I can't munu.
Ebia on way there. Ebia one.
Can I speak? Obi,
it's
3 minutes. Behave. I'm going to me for the whole day. Let me talk.
Miracles. You have
behave.
Focus.
Sami Defi has lied on your show. Sami Defi told your listeners, almost deceived your listeners, said there is nowhere in the Frempong Boatin your friend is a report why he said he deceived them, and he almost walked out of the studio, allowing your listeners to live with the thinking say Frempong Boatin never said that. He's a liar.
Or you're supposed to be in February.
So be out here, yes, winning. MPP is going to win this 2028 election. In any matter, because Facebook, Asha, video evidence, it will be very difficult for them to maintain power because. So they are not the Kankaya. They are not do a Juma and the day before Juma. And they call you. And to what Baby now said, another one Juma, another administration and year Juma. You move freedom because the MPP is going to win this election. Wait, Sabio, with the jobber, you would another J. Kufo, a body man, Ghana mine. Enti say also MPP ni na wonji ntum se na adobo adwuma obere twam find yourself somewhere to go and stay. Enti these are the exposing so but then this war in opposition and some are no moka and in the reality that is going on. Pacho temi yepa. And some of this foka any ne what is the reality on the ground. Sad video ahudwe and I'm a packet kakra about we. Now let's go to this issue of Ghana card. Na yenti someone will be not your position. Oh chaba no trouble you Dr. Bawumia pa. So Dr. Bawumia oh nyina juma ye. Ghana card you be trouble on wo ho. Aye nyina kai. Pray Dr. Bawumia see o the digital gate iba Accra Kotoka International Airport and also be a different debate. All of this is because microphone and your they lack knowledge. In the asema who can to assume they don't see that. So in the we send some okay he is admitting so Dr. Bawumia Bojuma pa. Now Ghana card no the buy and we 3 different profiles and they were Ghana card and so. Eba to us, but I'm fine. Chairman Joseph Kwame Labi. Aye, Mami Monica Memoakwaba pa. Nana Akuya Frozo Moakwaba. Ena fisherman so michio ye. Paina Evans Jabe. Michio ye. Pabusian for enemy tia miyaka krenti. I will not show my face. I will try to make sure say I will be with you. Say a free video ya. Kwa kuti a strong press conference. I ne. MPP for Bo Modern. Edeba to abontra. Almost send a signal to the NDC to not abuse the power. Enti yanko na yenti asema this NHIS CEO ene oka ifriwa ni abo wuram ewo ne mafufrum yanko
can say as part of the plans or deba and no or so be link Ghana card no to your bank accounts and your mobile money accounts no on your backlash pa it be best be say or be dear to say no ogufi and I say one custody system na we ansan workers say na wonim say already no Ghana card na link it to banks no mobile money account no and what can ye and that's what kodru ho no still na ye link
okay good part. So I ask a question. I think so my post the people didn't get the clarification what I wanted to post.
Okay,
now NIA card no it has 3 profiles on it: e-wallet, e-passports and EID. Now we've activated the e-passport. What I was saying is that I want to activate the e-wallet, which will be linked to your bank. Once your e-wallet is linked to your banker, if I say any of the banks, you can use your Ghana card as a means of transaction as an ATM card. To go and instead of asking them their mobile number or giving them cash, I can give them my Ghana card with the POS and withdraw money or make payments.
Wow,
that is what I was talking about. I was saying that I'll link it to your bank account because already it's linked to your bank account already. But I said I'll link it to your bank account for transaction so that you use your Ghana card to perform transaction.
What did you say?
Say, brofo. O man what you say? Brofo. Nti said ya obe wedi brofo no. Sane ye betai say ya. Obi aka brofo na wacho wo tie mo say dem man.
Yenya na ntia say ye Kolebu teaching hospital so kopie mu ho no mo ani anesefo.
Ye free so an e ko different issue. Mo kai se brebi NDC for Ghana nesefo. Omo nyina free Ghana mai mu. Etinanado amo ne ho bai. Abusua ene Yankote a yesi Kolebu teaching hospital. A doctor for nurse for 300 omo adwane firi Kolebu. Omo kwa yomo so omo kwa brochire. Na ebisa se na onabo munta onabo minka ano anase fe minta ano. When also you the best what them call Minister of Health our yenyan or the Fourth Republic. Eba ne saying enna se bi nurse for nso edwane. Yenti emu nchechiremu yefuru ane kwa kutie the press conference ene young people for ebo modern ede ebeto abontene yenko
oni adokota for mabini ye pa specialized ones na chese yenya na omudi omunim de eboa yapomden sem no be ahasande omunyina afri Kolebu ekwa amano ne so mokwa akopa adwuma ye na no na mpanyufo chiremu se ano aye den se ano aye den dodo we ye deputy medical director Kolebu Dr. Harry Akoto abra woni ye twetwe nkomo na o chiremu se abra mahama care mpanyufo mo da no ba ye se womo a omoyade no NHIS entmin cover no mo ba be so machine no mo hu se da bi omo records mo no a nurse for ne a doctor fo a chese o ma free kolebu pa wenye se nurse bia ne doctor ni bia keke specialized ones o mo ni ndi o mo betimi dia boa o mo nyina ekọ amanone obia ekọ eno mo kire mu se die nti ama na koba ne sa ne se obi ohonom a bia ye oye adwuma no eniema ne akade bi ohia kora no ne nsanka na ketua nsam nso nkoyie wono so na setena mu nsam nkoyie omoka se ye mpanyufo emfi na dodo na gina omaketua nsam ena bebre na afel se so kwama no ne ho de adwuma na oye no ye betua ne ka ma wetimi ayede enye bia befi enu nti saade no na anam so ama apomudi adwuma yefo adokotafo ene anesefo dodo na afri kolebu a akwakofa asem kese aba omu kirem se omu besire ye mpanyufo se nimanimu ya yema ye nyimbere nya se bedru ba bi Ghana se so beko hospital na dokota ni bia ni ho na nurse ni bia ni honom na wode oyade ni kofi anasa wode oyade ni kwakowu omu kirem se ano ode na sedue apomudi adwuma yefo efri ye memu ekone de omu besire se ye mpanyufo emfa omu nine NC form ewosa ensem no.
Yes, bushana de ekono no ntiene Ghana nurse for omunyina omudwane from mainum. Ai. Obentachi nurse mahu pa ma so dan tuosu mahu. Batura suruguru na chi oye pa na miwe kwaku asante. Mecha wo so ye pa. De ekoso miwe akwasi asama me makwa abapa. Enti de ekoso ne ewo the health service health center ho and as a health ministry no. No. And he said, since I joined my hammer, metna komyasono, nurse for 300 and no more drying, and they're free Ghana, I had a sabia ajumayenum. Now you can't, Papa, you're fucking because the Agenda 111 project was meant to create job for nurses. The Papa was on T said to go be no nabe or no agenda than the team. Agenda than the team say he's buying Galamsey good and eno wusika so de bayana ode begum se ode betwe dollar no aba from artificially or yes so na backfighting. In any case, let's go forward to here because what is going on in Ghana no, it is really something not acceptable. And MPP for youth eba bontin the press conference with the two a video no mu akakra, but I want you to listen to the video because they talk about a lot of things. Everywhere Miracles Abuajin so a interview be and nano pay our movement TV so ebe church why we should vote for Yura Dr. Lahaj Muhammad Bawumia. So video my young Juma made the baby, but young couldn't the MPP press conference today. If you are near to us so equity.
As a beacon of democracy, not just in Africa, but I think in the world. Our democratic ethos have been built around our resilience as a people and our belief in rule of law, equality of all men, and that we are not an animal farm where others are more than others. 2 legs cannot be better than 4 legs, and vice versa. We have gotten to a stage in the path of our country's growth that serious issues are beginning to pop up that needs urgent attention. His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo on the 7th of January 2025 handed power to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama as President of the Republic of Ghana after he won a decisive victory in the December polls. The good people of Ghana believed in the reset agenda sold them by the NDC and decided that that is what they would opt for. In the reset agenda, it is believed that the NDC and its government were coming to give us a better life. Reduction in the prices of food, goods, everything. A better life for the people of Ghana. Ghana voted for them. Ghana was a peaceful country, doing very well. Today, I am scared to say that the narrative is changing the story is becoming bleak, gloom. And I am not a prophet of doom. But if we continue on this parallel road, then we are on the way to Damascus. But all we patriots stand shoulder to shoulder with each other to say that we will not allow this country to be taken down a dangerous road. We have seen in the last period an evidenced pattern of gross abuse of power by the NDC government. Selective justice is taking center roots in our society, and this is dangerous to the democratic ethos that we all believe in. That is why, as a party, we, our forefathers who started the fight against colonialism, will not sit and watch this country thrown under the bus. Ghana is a democracy and not an autocracy with a supreme leader. If you are elected with an overwhelming majority on the premise of lofty promises, it doesn't make you a supreme leader that we are seeing in John Dramani Mahama today, His Excellency. The culture of silence is coming back. The dreaded culture of silence that the antecedents of the NDC took us through in the dark days is beginning to be reintroduced in Ghana. Today, people are getting scared to free their minds, to go on social media to write, or on TikTok to have conversations. Because the president has told us that today they have technology that they will use to crack down on citizens. However, Your Excellency, the Signals Bureau that President Nana Addo Dankwa established was for a good purpose, to protect the cyberspace of Ghana, its citizens, and not to persecute them. As you are aware, we have some serious national security challenges presently. Ghana is witnessing steady decline as far as security situation is concerned. The Boko situation has taken a nosedive. We have seen Benyiri where some 13 or so people were killed, with over 20,000 of our compatriots running into La Côte d'Ivoire. Recently, we saw clashes in Greater Accra where people lost their lives. In Sampa, there were disturbances and some police people were attacked, and pockets of it across the country. It is safe to say that security issues are becoming a problem in Ghana. And one would have thought that a serious government would deploy an agency like the Signals Bureau to monitor and deal effectively with anarchists and people who foment trouble in our society. But that is not the order of the NDC John Dramani Mahama government. Their order, their focus is on NPP, its members, how to persecute, how to kill political dissent, and shut down opponents' voices. Ladies and gentlemen, our friends in the media, there's been a consistent pattern of arrest of people who allied to the NPP. Let me give you a bit of a rundown. Ahmad Zako, a young man who made a post arrested just because of a Facebook post. Now, called Asare Bediaku was arrested and no reason was given for his arrest. And this is a journalist. No reason whatsoever was ascribed for the arrest of Gordon Asare Bediaku. One evening, we heard news of the arrest of Okabeche Afrifa Mensah, a young man who had just gone to write an exam and was leaving the campus, was accosted by men in 3 pickup vehicles, heavily armed to the teeth. Without any question, they bundled him and took him into custody. Whatever reason, nobody is told, because of his advocacy against the government. We saw the arrest of Sir Obama because he posted a picture on social media with a certain caption that this weapon is in the hands of civilians. He was arrested, dehumanized, molested, and treated less of a Ghanaian because he's an NPP person. And God, being a just person, decided that what the young man had written, which in all intents and purposes was to draw the attention of national security, police and everybody on happenings in the north, rather was picked up. Indeed, so Obama was not the originator of the picture. It had circulated on social media for a while before Sir Obama decided to post it. Guess what? The IGP himself led a high-powered police delegation to Boko in an effort to broker peace. His vehicle was shot at, I'm sure from a distance. I want to ask, if the post was a lie, where did those guns come from? Recently here in Greater Accra, I don't want to remind relatives of their pain. There are gun clashes. We all saw the videos of sporadic gun fire. And also too, that people died. So where was the lie in the post? Where was the lie? Was the interest just to prosecute, persecute, dehumanize, punish Sir Obama because he's an NPP person? I think the answer is yes. Friends in the media. Then Adeta Kumi, another brilliant young MPP chap, who in abhorrence to the vacant, relative to the removal of the Chief Justice, as a law-abiding citizen, writes a petition in the same manner that 3 people used to ask for the ouster of the Chief Justice, also petitioned His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. His reward was that he became a subject of arrest. In fact, he was raided at dawn in the presence of his wife, the mother-in-law, and little children. He was arrested for no reason. Ajimbonen, another journalist, arrested in Kumasi, brought in Accra, and he says that on the way, he was beaten. And he showed sprain on his muscles as evidence of the torture he received from security people. And because he made certain remarks deemed unpalatable by state security, so he was picked up. We went to court. I was present in court. And the court remanded him into custody for 2 weeks because he shouted, "I'm the hero," essentially. The latest one being Chairman Abroni, arrested because supposedly he insulted the IGP. So the IGP decides that I'll use my police service to go after Chairman Abroni, even though he could have exercised the civil procedure of filing a defamation suit. But that's not all. Young people expressing themselves on social media, how this government, with all these lofty promises of 24-hour economy, jobs flowing here and there, one job, 3 shifts, 3 people, not happening, they can't find jobs, and so on and so forth. Young people having conversations on TikTok miraculously became the subject of arrest. My brother and friend, Fancy Comedy, on his TikTok page, went on live, and in the course of conversations, friends joined. Because of that conversation, Fancy Comedy was arrested. Together with AY. AY's story is one of the most interesting because there was no invitation to AY. He decided that on the 3rd conversation, I was present online, and Fancy Comedy is my friend. Once police has invited him and he's going, I will accompany him to the police headquarters. When they go there, they said, you two are looking for you, so you're also under arrest.
Harassment.
Immediately, the young lady was taken into custody. And they were harassed. We fought and fought for bail for them. Bizarre. 2 young ladies were also arrested from Ishayasu Incumbency. Their parents were not told where they were taken. In the case of Sir Obama, when he was granted bail, we were told to bring him back to police headquarters. It was at that point we noticed the presence of 2 young ladies there. Then I was told that these are MPP ladies who have also been arrested since Friday, and this was Monday. Since Friday, they have been in police custody. And Monday, as at around 1-2 p.m., they are not taking them to court. It was at the point that they were taking their statement. So I asked the investigator, where is their counsel? Where is their lawyer? There is no lawyer. And they were pushing the young people, the young ladies, I think 24 and 26 years. They were pushing them to write statements, and they were writing. Then I said, no, stop. I called one of our party lawyers, Lawyer Afoba, who was all the way around Hacho. He stopped everything he was doing and then came to meet us at the police headquarters and served as their counsel. On that Monday, they were not taken to court. For the next day, Tuesday, that were taken to court after 96 hours, breaking the 48-hour rule. Harassment. That is constitutionally mandated. Charged. After 96 hours, before the two that the police have already violated the rights of these two individuals. Nonetheless, the court refused to listen to us and gave them 2 weeks remand. This miscarriage of justice, arbitrariness, selective application of the law, selective justice is gaining roots in Ghana. That if we do not talk about it, if we do not act against it, and it takes center root, my friends, my colleagues, I will remember you. Let me remind you the parable of when they came for the socialists. I didn't say anything because I was not a socialist. When they came for the trade unionists, I didn't say anything because I am not a trade unionist. When they came for the Jews, I didn't say anything because I'm not a Jew. When they came for me, complete it. Nobody was. When they finish with MPP people, they will come for you. And let me show you that it will happen. Recently, one of Ghana's biggest music acts, undoubtedly, the biggest musical brand in Ghana, Shakawali. Pam 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 pam. Was arrested by Yogo and kept for about 24 hours. Then they did their thing to Shakawali too. Was giving bail of 10 million Ghana cedis. Let me tell you, when they started these unreasonable bail conditions and we started speaking against it, maybe people thought that it's because they are NPP people. No. I repeat, it is on the point of principle. That's why I went to support Shatawani, to show my dislike, my disgust, my angst towards the unreasonable bail conditions that they have been putting on people. They arrested Chamahun to me and they gave me 50 million bail conditions. I don't know whether Chamahun to me was supposed to go and sell his ribs, his heart, his lungs, his kidneys to raise the money for as guarantee for the day. Therefore, Adum Ochri was also picked in the same manner by special prosecutor. I think that's not enough. The former Buffer Stock CEO, Abdul Wahab Hanan Alutiba, was also arrested together with his wife and left 3 young children at home. In fact, when we even prayed them that at least release the wife to go home, they refused. So the 3 small children, the eldest being about 8 or so, were at home with just another young member of the family. And the 2 of them together were slapped with bail conditions amounting to 18 million Ghana cedis. 2 insurances, just recently, Percival Kofi Akpaloo is their latest victim that is taken into custody and was given 10 million cedis bail. And he was kept for this. The laws of this country are very clear. The bail conditions are not supposed to be used as punishment. What we have seen under this Garulo's government is that bail is being used as a backdoor strategy to keep people in incarceration. And these are the dangers emerging that we want to put before you, the good people of Ghana, that our democracy is under threat, and that if we allow these things to fester, one day the monkey will go to the market and will not return. If we fight against it, our freedoms will be guaranteed together, so that you will not go to court and the judge will look at you in the face and tell you that some are better than others. That today Ghana is an animal farm. That when you are an NPP person, you are lesser of a person in the NDC. And let me juxtapose to show you the deep-seated selectivity playing out in our society. When you are an NDC person in Ghana today, you can do anything and goes for free. You can do anything and goes for free because of the political colors. In July, we had bad elections, in fact, a rerun of certain polling stations in Abrekumanov, captured on live TV video. Thugs, hooligans, bandits, vagabonds were seen brazenly attacking Honorable Howard Kunsin and our national organizer, Deputy National Organizer Chris Lloyd. In fact, journalists were also assaulted that day and other people. We asked the police to arrest these people because we identified all of them and gave their identities to the police. In fact, they are just here. Alajo and Nima here. They are not any far. Those boys are just here. Alajo and Nima. You know them. They refused to arrest them. They refused because they are NDC people. They told us later that they are taking them to court and giving them fine of 6,000. When they were arrested, we do not know. How they were arranged before court, we do not know. The only thing we saw is news of their sentencing whatsoever. But I can tell you, if they were NPP people, they would have gone in their Rambo style, heavily armed men to the teeth, riots, dressed up military people.
Like ninjas with Black Maria.
And go after them. As we speak, we have a petition before the IGP, signed by the General Secretary of our party, that one will have threatened the life of the minority leader, Afenomaki, in Apatia, threatening the life of our national organizer, Nanabi, and the minority chief whip, Honorable Anodon Pray, that he would have killed them if he had seen them. Threats on their lives. As we speak, by now the guy is eating contombre and apple in his constituency. He's working a free man. We also saw on live video Vice Chairman of the NDC, Sofa Soka, attacking our third national Vice Chairman, Shaman Masaudu Buga. Nothing has been done about it. We were told that he was arrested and granted bail. Then Azoka posts a picture, in fact a video of him sitting with his boys in Canada, to prove that no, the police lied. So Ghana Police Service, where is your integrity? Why the selective application of the law? Why the selective justice? And the NDC government, why this level of intolerance? We're seeing state-sponsored harassment carried on opposition voices. The same government that birthed the dreaded Kevin, who has slaughtered every person in this country on the altar of his show. This government was able to bring Kevin Taylor into this country. They went and took him from the airport when there is a warrant, an effective warrant of arrest on him. He was not arrested. He was chauffeured by national security to a safe house, fed, together with his family, well protected, and they took him to court. The very judicial system of Ghana that he bastardized. He robbed in the mud. And the Supreme Court rescinded the warrant to him. And he came out and was laughing at everybody. He was mocking everybody. What is brazen more than this? What is brazen more than this? You people can benefit from the buffoonery of Kevin Taylor, but you can't take a small taste of your own bitter pill. The president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is a beneficiary of the foolishness of Kevin Taylor. All the insults he rained on everybody. Myself having been on the chopping board of his show, he once sat on show and called me a Teni Abua. And that's the fact that I'm such a person is granted access into this country, chauffeured, taken care of, and allowed to go scot free without harassment. But yet, NPP people are being harassed. That is the kind of government we're having today in Ghana. That is why my friends in the media, all of us, we need to stand up. We need to speak out. Our country is being destroyed. The youth of Ghana are no more safe. They cannot speak. We will not allow the government to turn us timid, timorous people. That is not the youth of Ghana.
Resist oppressors rule. We are going to resist.
We will resist oppressors rule. That is why, in the voice of defiance, I say to you, all of you, rise up and let's demonstrate on the 23rd, Tuesday. Yes. And show our abhorrence to the selectivity, the injustice, the perversion of this government. For all of us, our collective safety that will build a better society for Ghana. Friends, our democracy would only thrive and flourish if politicians are held to account, and that we never get people power drunk, use all sorts of lies, deception to win political power, like we have seen in the current NDC government, where the good people of Ghana, we have sold our color TV and gone to buy a black and white. Our democracy would only thrive if we all resist tyrants, despots, and people who have little regard for the rule of law. This culture of silence being introduced in Ghana, the biggest sufferers of it will be you, the media. We are just a small screen. When they are done dealing with us, they will come after the media. That is why, come and join us, everybody, everyone. This is a clarion call, an invitation to everybody. Even if you are not an MPP person, but for the sake of our democracy, come join us. And let's speak out. And let's stand out. And let the world see that we are not timorous. No way. And that on any day, if we are visited with tyranny, we will resist it. That is why on Tuesday, we will be demonstrating. Starting from the Obra spot, 6 a.m. in the morning, we will all be there. Come and join us. All young people, TikTokers, everyone, media people, people in the creative arts, wherever you are, come and join us as young people of this country. Let's show our love for our motherland by saying that no, enough is enough. Enough. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no. Ladies and gentlemen, our friends in the media, in concluding, the insecurity in Ghana is becoming a problem. And not just insecurity. Galamsey has swallowed this government and it's even belching. And when this government came into office and began on a bad faith, targeting young people who had been duly appointed and revoked their appointment, we said it, that we are in for a rough ride. It's been consistent steps that this government has been taking. From the dismissal of young people to the dismissal of the CJ, now they are going as the PPC, the political opponents. It is something that is well orchestrated, well planned. That's why all of us should deal with this matter and ensure that we hold politicians to account, and that never again should politicians use lies, deception, lofty promises to win elections and do nothing, because we all believed in the recent agenda. That is why the overwhelming majority of the good people of Ghana voted for John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, that they will end Galamsey in 1 week, declare a state of emergency, stop every form of ill that they perceived under the NPP, and make Ghana a better place. Is Ghana a better place? No! What giant strides can we see this country make in the last period? The very things they campaign against, the very things that they are doing, even far worse. That is why I told you that we have sold our color TV and bought the black and white. I thank all of you, and it is my fervent belief that Tuesday we will all gather and show to the world our unbroken resolve, our tenacity, and our true spirit that we can't be broken. As the youth, not just of the NPP, but the youth of Ghana. I thank you.
And for press conference, and I'm a person in a yen and anyway. Me mame Urus Uruyaka me mwakwa papa Mohammed Abdul Laziz Ajay me chiapa mame Ajay mame Jennifer Adu wonso me chiapa abusia yento asona yemfa another issue se ho mra wo Miracle Sabuaji Ababontin Edin Samabeto say some people for you see him our padia and Nipabian why able to me Edna Koji power Ajisi Yura Alahaji Mahamadu Baumia Yanko Ninkonkotie the reason why Oka Sansem way editor MPP delegation Yanko Ninkonkotie Mena a higher rash media unsubscribe ya meso se subscribe sanso and a meso se found se adomano so said the bear by life ubenyanka bosiaba no beka ye ho I me ma me adwo se wa me wakwa papa yenti miracles aboaje
ho na wo hwe enema ekoso ni senior campaign ni ade ne kona do you still believe said Dr. Bawumia betimi awini sa election eba no?
Oh, I think say about the belief of the party people. The MPP no me nyina ye remu isu ebre won penimfo na say you know ya nanti mu kakra at least menim say party ni pa de at all levels of the party de mananti mu police station youth organizer my police station chairman constituency deputy youth organizer constituency youth organizer Mbedi municipal chief executive at the regional level Juma at the national level. I understand the party and I'm very convinced that every MPP on the Beka and maybe I will catch you say Adia Bako pen a party for Yeshushe. A crime bed be first why be winning 2028 elections. And after all the talks in Kruba ball in Komodia Yedi, all the noise, all the Yakan you know, Adia Bako pen here party no. See you be winning 2028. And see Bibia kept a bomune Vienisia by 30th January. The betina ni pana akoye line ato aba no nkomo ni nyina ada na chi nyina the other two nanimu an say me koto aba ma nipa obetumi win 2028 amaye and there is no absolute doubt. You see omo ko a friend is saying omo pray for flag bearer ni nyina adero dodo na ye party for party mpenim for omo nyina obia you know some obia play very crucial role in the party will be a critical asset to the party. So I just say, in fact, I'm very convinced that Omubia will be more capable than any other option from the NDC. But Omumu wine and I can be 1,182 days. Omumu wine and I say I can say in the next 2.5 years, the ballot box is here on a year to a bar. On my end, the biggest opportunity, the fastest chance you reach a winning elections. Yes. And no one seven year. Sandy Pan Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. That does not mean say Omo Makano. Omoko election omuntu to be renew. A be able to be winning. Okay. A be so I want to be winning. Into munyi na mu no. Why na say ka say ye to chacha wono so a ye take risk wono so a. The risk
you know, in a very opportunity, no,
higher than the new exactly. And no one some yeka. Okay. And maybe I may catch your party for and say, fantastic. Me, I'm very convinced. One person more running in a capable than any other option from the NDC. However, a competition here call. You need NDC in a pray. And I pray no so time that it's wine. A man obey 8 years obi to me win. Okay. Obi we man 12 years obi to me win. But abani ye koto no 4 years. Enti ye nyina mu no hwan na in the next 4 years no obi to me win elections na ma no nkyere se omo maka no se be ye bo ma bofia. Na mum the Arabia obi to be the president but no creating power say obi to be the president e be in the next 16 years anambwa. Satan why you ready? I can say 2024. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the principle. That's the principle. That for me is what is most important. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, on any nipa, or more planning in Ghana Hano, ya marketing pa, ya prepare no party na gasa na man hon kwan and a prepare no. Until for 16 years, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been at the forefront of MPP politics. Constituency being Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enko at least 5 times. Yes, he has been involved in 5 major elections in this country. 4 of them not a running mate. And about on one kasa Ekoy as a candidate. For each of these contests, each of this competition, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia distinguished. yen nyina so gitum se abato na ye kono ye ne NDC fo na eko NDC fo no omo nye fine people like omo nye finesse so I just say NDC no sabi omo ni nwa de sa into omo when we talk about abuse of incumbency obi antumi omo
there be
ombe no trasa
ombe yama na bro
fewe bia ni omanim enti ye fesi opponent 2028 no sabi ombe yo mo fi enti ye hia candidate wetu anamoni bi pen onim fam onim anamonto no onim akwantempo no so onim bebia esese ogina onim bebia osese onante ne bebia osese odwane eno Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia amongst all the rest menyini se obi bedi echinje se omo mo pre-MPP flabbership ni obi wo ha owo experience ese Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wanante oman yimu aye politics at the highest level ne ability to campaign and canvass for votes in this country without doubt. And for me, I think that these are some of the things that are crucial. SSC to me share near the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Very formidable. You see, ye pobia say NDC for this year.
Okay.
Ye pobia or so on.
I see.
Once ye bob ye uncle ye boboa. Obi wa ye to be man a bench because they say no usuri nine. Okay, usuri nine.
Yeah.
Because baby you're doing born down there so bosse kra team ni winia o so say be twa no entina we yin 9 na ye lusu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia enso the 9 and that's the kind of leader we need. There is no point in time in this country opposition NDC and even MPP a vice president din to say about Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia din edu baby no Ekufado Bawumia government. Ekufado Bawumia government. Ekufado Bawumia government. And at some point, when we do Ekufado no crabo.
And when say now first time a memu who about from so near president, nearby vice president.
This is the first time. And they that Ben Autis will become a Hamana Nigerian government. In fact, people have even forgotten because he was vice president or my. So what I say. But when it comes to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Brenna, it was so obvious. Say, oh yeah, a thorn in the flesh of the NDC. Yeah, Damincha there. Was fear Dubano. What's here? If you be any Ghana ha, ye name Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia din, enim nenim. If you be answer ni wa, omunim Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, any swading who are more my way. Teacher phone him, their Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says, when you are your man, penny obey your mom. Next, the doctor phone him, fitter phone him, businessman, abosi or kind phone him, or more shipping your my airport, any. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, no, she can say the next quart. In 10 times, Ghana for can connect with him. Good news is say if you are MPP NDC for the better Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia who you know they are tired no way. A demon on Baboni in a propaganda on be telling no my now Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia creating an opportunity in the next 4 years no. Edibe proving it right. In fact, I won't create years of Bekasa. For example, okay, so the gold purchase program by NDC for Google who fini adi. And you know na nei. And then you know dia dance say exactly. Ah, man pini anga sakra na ebo sa program na baso say eno na my economy no ejina. And do I would say you know yaya koku.
Yeah.
Ono number one critic of Ghana card. Yeah. And bro man pini nka say Ghana card no e-passport. Omuzio and just say what to say afidie ono I can say no cre. Yeah. Enti every day
and as we move on, be fan who was room.
And try could be obvious. And try could be fan who were boko or mampini and Casan Samoka or boko. Once an in Abba down. It's by the time you be 2028. No, now you were candidate. Opposition party, no, NDC, no. Omunya Sembia for behind and come for them. Why ready?
Okay. And you said, I know, Obekansu, Ujina party for na name na wapa. Ghana fortune MPP fortune say and there may be a so more ya manye and then maybe so more ye be a whole torch man it be said I they or probiat of tell on behalf of be accept Nana Kufuado now didn't know yes sir as we Nana Kufuado and watching so who say anybody be said Dr. Edichum so can say why bonnet on pan bonnet or no dear or near Bonibia and Tia Ubian or the patch and all that sad and minim what you have to say about that.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia party for Nedin Komo. Obekaya, you start to say thank you to no. Ane party for Nishiano, General Secretary, National Chairman, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Kahono. General Secretary to no boy say running through a summary of the Michael Quay report. In fact, let me also even use a platform and then to put it on record. And we are going to say, hey, Mama report in here public.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, you say a strategic, say a political party like MPP. My most strategy document, I'm going to call 2028. Now, we have better about things, more opponent NDC. And so we are copying almost with him. No one sees your home. The result is yes. And strategic. Number 2, all the people who are supposed to see the documents na yan fa nya adwuma no mo nyina ehu because makokoi committee na enle ade bakwa yen hyedan kan makokoi committee no ko present report no e wo national council ko here presentation of the report e wo national council it will be a national council for you be at ehu the war report na mom dero untumi nkofa movement TV strategy document and Koto Bonting. Now more sister radio stations or one of your competitors and now you call thank you to what happened is Emma General Secretary Bobo on Seminars one. It was obvious so we share report in more. You could tell say near maybe even party for Nankasa committee no mukasa ya no I can say yankasa kwa ya mama twaba because now you are aware say almost about 2 million it's established about 2 million of MP fund ko twaba about 2.1 million yankasa kwa yankon ko twaba na the enti yankon ko twaba no makoko report na say party for no bobo ne mani biso okay for example almost say you can say munye reshuffle you can reshuffle ho asem sa monti anya reshuffle so what you say yes. Party for ni bi kwedu bebi omo party for nankasa ka say aban yi levy the free ho ye kan ya mwanye so the party people itself elesen ya bebre nti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any party for kasa de omo moti ase ne say ne ma bebre ne ba yetumi ye ne ma bebre na ba yetumi achi bi e ba mo ne me ben adwen say you will be so ho aye ntumi aye den anye mo ankasa kra ne me bi wa mo ka kira aban aye den enti yesremu sani amana ye ntumi aye no mfanche yesuye na me bebre free ene yenim ekwan no se ne titie yenim ne pa ye ya moni je ho ene yenim de amo ankasa maka chen se moni aye den anje ho mo ma ye kwan biem ne yesemba biem a emba ne ye den kra because moni ye den komodada enti de ye ntumi aye de mfanche yen na yesanso enko yenim na de aka ye tu ese ye no ye siesie ne yen de rowe no unjini se eno ne ade ye se pani ye eno kre that is what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has done.
Nti na emu bi won se eyi na be chiri no ti saa kasa no be chiri no na eyi emu bi won but se na waka no ye opani odi party no ko sa na de ehun hia so be take his responsibility na why say adwuma ni nyina. All right, so ye be na ya run upon Dr. Bawumia issue no na ya hwe menim se ensem dodo e ba after election ni nyina de ya bomodin ase be yi ni nyina be dodo na anu achichi mu na nkrofo so atimi ati asem the issue about support ese Dr. Bawumia support party na wonka
still akra onka me kwa bisa me
Dr. Bawumia support party na onka tie nkrofo obisa edin no de aba be no de abo party
no me kwa bisa me nka akan mu no me minyi no e kire yen se ade bakwa eya ene se obi emwa na odi atoa no mpinifo kwa wakasa bi se obi o papa wa hawo so bi o papa wa hawo mpinifo nim de ti o mokasa ko so bi o ha oye o papa ba ko a nsu okro mbesa obenom je sa wakasa no nsu ansa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia adwe ne se ekuo ye nyina ne edom ye nyina ne yechichi ekuo yi se ode mwama ekuo no na ekuo ne bibia ade ne se ode to na no enti be bawo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia me kan che party for say isa ne mwa me de ma enti na monto abama me ana he doesn't think say mfa so wo so sane tedi a ye mpeni for no mti ekuo no efi 1992 no ebi wo ko mu do musika no ma ho de ni mu musika bibia ye party no ba party ni ba power 2000 no mewu omo me eni omo maso mna meka say me papa de 10 billion e share party ni mu enti mo family e wo mu ye den e ma me he doesn't believe in that ekuo de sa wo ka ho a wo ye de obetuma ye bia se ne be ye ekuo no betuma ye den akone nim ba pa se wo de mo ma party no na wo bia wo de ato ano na wo de nam edu be bi kra de blackmail party no se me ye say mamunti no enu nti me gidi say ese mo to aba mame ase e wo bet right be he doesn't believe in that and he's not going to do it today and he's not going to do it tomorrow. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia at least for 5 elections they were running mate. There is nobody. Ghana ya talk about the saying 92, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008.
2012,
2016, 2020, 2024. 9 elections. A move 5. 9 elections, no. A move 5. Not that time I moved by me running mate. Nobody.
Move 4, not a running mate.
Any move by
a candidate.
None of the people running as flag bearer now has contributed more to all these 5 elections than Dr. Bawumia.
Dear Dr. Bawumia principle no right. But they catch say politics nya sorry. It's do baby say we are there individuals and I won't can. We are there for the party as an organization here. And so can independent who contribution. What do you know so?
And no ye say we bo friend saying ubu party for na bonfia and I would doing say omu nhwe niam sa. We the pass police station executives omo any party from we. The omo pene say wo be yo omo now the TV soka. They know the difference. What dream you know? I also the 2 1 now kind na me say my party no na me say my party. What dream you know? Who be say party for no day? Okay. But I'm who ne sa. Feel no feel. But they are hurt. They are hurt to say and waka ka o de mo muku no. They be na da wano. Na they ko ne bu ye bo a won so e. They will party for my boa o party bu. Me na wo ye me na ye constituency okre. Mpenimfo aboa work constituency, Equiapem not constituency. Sabi Omania party and some for so biano. Now how do you want them to feel?
I mean, you said, or you a crying 18, and I come don't cook see. When you say, okay, who are to the binang for the buff.
Yes, because you have the point. They be okay 2 near the baby, Omonam come fast so which mobilize resources, and then party no. Let somebody your mama almost party into buy Bemuina, so personally in benefiting. Exactly. And to wanna party in buy, I owe a party in more. But party to buy no more when you party no. And they are the boy party in more 100. So what you say? And the other that one now the num. They will be a back catcher will say MPP party executives energy any so say a bit more the Daumano, a do 2 months for him. Oboa. Namibo. Nipa no so a party from 1992. It was your man constituency Bepem 2025. Sebi onye sikeni onye defo no. Ono uko jeni dim ka chen say memi yesikeni mayese ya. Infa so be na wo so ma no.
Ajakuma ye pai na niwo MPP demonstration mo a ene wawu aja na yere ne ma no so mo kan saying
yes
because price to pay no pay with ne life.
Yes. Ne de no within the a bigger contribution that we sika o de ma ya no. Ono so nka den. Na de kumi kra yo mo a omko gina police station executive normal list Japade a omwo no
I do home
na me ba de room se o se wo ba okuga na wo be frɛ okuga police station executive na ka kyerɛ mo se me wo say me wo cars do say me wo dan do say me wo companies do say na companies do na wo no mo dem mu no ba enu ho ni wa oye mo adwuma o ka kyerɛ ne se won fa ye den nipa 200 over 200,000 no mo ye police station executive no woni mu 10 kro mo ye adwuma wo company ni mu enti wo ka kyerɛ yen no yen fa ye den. They will say that that is why Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia doesn't believe in bragging, no? Because they be a who?
Yeah.
Also they be a menu this and come because this say utu all the way now back kwesi mintim constituency. Now be fraying a police station executive so. Now be catch and say who factories back 10. Na say you try and na ye hu back crot ye de nim.
Ye
dwuma ho. Ye nyina so ye nim say ye pay dwuma ye map dwuma ye ne ade a. Nti wo catch ye na ye fa ye den.
A very important question, and I think said delegates and maybe some who
that is why Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is not forced. Now, see, I acquire a conference. So, the General Secretary and Kasabobo contribution. What is will be contributed saying Dr. Bawumia?
There be.
But the General Secretary never boy, I can't say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia can't want them.
There be. We have sent the question or say good morning. They will please ask Dennis whether in his heart of hearts he believes the Akanai Pet slogan matches with Dr. Bawumia's humility. I am layman Ibrahim Ewuyindi. Ena obisa sa question.
Okay, so
Ibrahim obi o tie here.
Say we campaign message on. Na the slogan ka ho a. Slogan no enye message no.
Okay.
Slogan no obi adwen.
E de ba message
no so.
Okay.
Enti say obisa me say Akana MP a meeting the target make actually say 100%. Because I know kasi Also be asking I can't pay. Yeah. I'm sure say there are millions of people. Oh, I can't pay. Now what is the message? The point in say Ghana has a history in which they say Obi anywhere or election for the first time so president dia okopa no we win. They were free 1996. President Rollins ekon the second term no na President Kufuor yeden e bae. President Kufuor no say na Ghana for penasempa. Yes. Fine man, gentle Jack ne ade. Gentle Jack obi e kana sem okasa boko ahobrase so. But 1996 no say wo afi na waba. Wo say wo kada fe na ye to ye boss na ye soki ni yenti jambo kakra. And President Kufuor lose here on his first attempt. Yes. On his second attempt on his second attempt in the year 2000, when he put in the contest here, a certain vice president, Professor Mills. Yes. Certain vice president, yes, Professor Mills. Now NDC echo for a third term attempt. It was, in fact, Professor Mills scenario in 2000. It is the same as Dr. Bawumia in 2024. I must say, Professor Mills, nice man, good guy, Obia Penasem professor, law professor, tax expert. But only maybe. Who first started Kana Semony in 1996. Into me, Uncle Son, I am on no Yenedy and and I could for winning a Professor Mills here in Lucia. In the year 2004, your co-elections, almost you go for the so far so good. Okay, so far slogan, so far so good. And I present go for the winning 2004. 2008, now that done quick for unarguably, he was the most popular politician at that time. Yeah. Kumi Preku fame, advocate, activist. He's been involved in a lot of landmark cases, issues in Ghana, or your foreign affairs minister, or your attorney general. But because he was coming for the first time in the year 2000, Ghana for say, me also saw Kasache, or the Nisa do Hunabasa, who are finna over train. Near Professor Milson, so a man in the year 2024, elections near Koyano. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as a first timer running against a perennial candidate in John Dramani Mahama. In fact, a former president. A former president. A former vice president. A former president. Why a candidate? Now I candidates 2012, 2016, 2020. Into the fourth time as a candidate. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia first time. Obviously. At the party second party no seek to break the eight. Like the Atamil situation. The history repeated itself. So now no, it has been established in Ghana no. It has been established we are first time and now ne obi awako bi pay ekwa. O chances of winning no low. They wrote me chances of winning no low. It means that a be a bit winning. But probability say obet to be lose high than say obey winning. And no in the MPP, your biggest advantage in the next elections. Yeah, the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia could be paying. Of all the candidates almost running for MPP flag bearer, no, Dr. Bawumia penning the power running presidency paying. NDC4 have no choice. They must bring a new candidate. Some pill, and some kind of nominee for Froba. And no opportunity at MPP then. I can't picture say. Between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the other MPP aspirants, no, they are on my biggest opportunity. So, or be mupa, you can say you hold the BBR constant, or what the biggest chance of being and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because you did kind of call back on your baby who say Ghana for Anya She Krano, in spite of all the difficulties in 2024, no, they move 41.7% dear. Almost shows say they believe in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's vision. Okay, now listen to this. The other MPP aspirants no mo pe flabera no. Omumu bie ni wa wako election we be paying. What it means is that okwa ebi obetwen ya 80%, ebi obetwen ya 90%, ebi so betwen ya 5%, ebi so betwen ya 20%, ebi so betwen ya 25%. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia de enye ebi a enye assumptions ye de na kopeng okoye no onya 41.7%. Etiti ha between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the other aspirants, the others are going to look for test and see if they can get a 50%. But Dr. Bawumia ne omono de ono no wako bi de nya 41.7%. Aka 9% pe. Na wetu ya dey any 50% as compared to the MPP aspirant. It is not as compared to the NDC.
Okay.
Between Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the other NDC MPP aspirants in the DA, the others are going to test and see if they can get the 50%. But Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, what could be that?
And the argument says so Cansadia now say and the NDC for so 56%. And I say John Mahama now 56%. And Bawumia 41. And your Mahama is not going again.
Mangasa MPP of 41.7%.
What say Dr. Bawumia?
Exactly.
And you say Mahama is a contested BODR. Then you say Mahama and Sukita 56%.
And you know some
crowd. Today Mahama is not going again.
The candidate. There's a reason why parties in the candidate. And this is the other candidate.
It's open so we general.
That argument is flawed.
The NDC candidate also
zero.
Exactly. Bawumia stand tall.
Exactly.
So Mahama no 56 no. Or 56 equal.
Exactly. So I just say, no matter how you do the analysis,
Bawumia
the mere fact said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia could be there because he the row Obia Okoye line to Obama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia in 2024. The chances of between us and Obama and the higher.
Yeah.
That's all between
Yeah.
It doesn't mean so automatic or better manu.
The majority
chances no higher.
Yeah.
Now here Kotwaba. You want 2.5 years.
Near Okotu Abama Bawumia, Bufu, Brana Ubia Sen Buafu. Ayi, I reteacher bar, I didn't know Kotuma Bawumia. Because at the time, Osha election results now, not just a party for the Drono Abuafu.
Yeah.
And it is a party to make can Hubumwa. Then more likely says any panabedin, a better Abama Bawumia since Obako to Etiano.
Exactly. Because you see, say oka say obia ni tibi yenyina yezoro dia ene ye do kwode ye nwakere yempa o because onu ko bi da kra me yenhu dia obetumi aye dia wokere ya ne say wokwa obetumi nya ampa bia obetumi nya bi nso a untumi nya but Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia dia ye de na ko bi pe yenhu dia obetumi nya
nti yese nya wawie koto pen no so crap no so be koto a
enti between wo na wo MPP mu na wo say ye do kwa ye betumi enya no ene Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne pa de say mumie no ye pepa na say ye 50% de a ene Dr. Bawumia de aka ne 9 pe
na yes
afi na wo be start fi 0 akope 50 that is the essence of it but you see aka 9 pe no enya message na mema to mwa say den actually say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene the most prepared experienced and marketable candidate on ya turn ye power my way mu ono ni nipo betime win elections na den amaye but akana penetrate wadwen by so
okay
we are between boss che won say tenten
sure
but won say be bo akana pen obi ati as
all right Dennis Miracles Abuaje a spokesperson for Dr. Bawumia 2024 campaign no pay me no edin komo mini apeni George Ire Ohio USA say or show also your amazing communicator and then okasa with intelligence and facts okanta ye takrade or say ono so show na ni ji wo ho papa W1 ganyo dakpe Bema camp good morning and pay yaw Samuel say good morning Deru good job from Samuel and also the abanti nyina yeda masse for messages mo de eba no pay every near fan so yintimi and spend so much on messages yehwe John Dramani Mahama say me my observation no and me dwene se obia ase wo hwe MPP musisi a Bawumia chita fo nkwa na eteki Mahama ban no on wahwe sa de no so
me person de beto asem minim sa de minimum say me miracle so no pa some MPP.
I see.
The minimum no.
Okay. Mimi of the man kasa wo me say mimi observation am I no.
Be 1 month there a lot of people have sent me messages and told me that. People go send me say na dem na say MPP anything NDC no mo ko na say mo bo machi na the other people me nim the other people. Mr. Wadaroma. The minimum say party no obi a ye do between the aboa. So obi so botaye ne say ono de this ye internal primaries answer. Obeka asamaboa party na dero de betumi aye no ye ma no ankwanoma na de gawe e de betumi aye bia membre so na me de
ayi wo former onopono eden de me kai semum tumu an chief of staff ayi honorable Emmanuel Emmanuel Ochre Wedukrum. Because I was assembly moment. I also mean can't you say I had be out dash at and I'm hammer bit me to
Mama Otia says we you want to
see Mahama Chiston Grove we dash at a dear proconny to Otia
says you money
okay every near fan but you share Mahama performance so far. So what's the war share Mahama pa send a modern boy ya Obekase and modern button at the same.
Oh, they will say, I think say in a betia say a sentence in Kwana or by and where Asama Miki a cream panamica. You see, Mitie no war ne media engagement. Meaning say we media engagement who to me after BBF from Bepemone in terms of what he is actually bringing onto the table.
Debbie,
exactly. Obia nshene hu amembu na osi obu no mitine ne nine.
Ebi say Q-net aban.
O mi no mo ya adwen. Ba me no de nti amem pese me friend Q-net aban ne say sa no tie. Se bia nipa no na wunim say sa no tie. E na afi de o kire wusi na beka say o dada o. Ba ni nim say sa no tie. Just that ye kan no. Tie na nkrofan ye den. Entie. Ba me nim say sa no tie. For example, me nim say Omampeni Mahama Galamsey onye na just obeko Galamsey because no ne agenda or the buyer in dealing with the economy no the foundation any good
okay
good do also here no so benya is a Tofi Galamsey
is a Galamsey ni two at
I answer want to me
okay
and I also say Galamsey na ye won nsuo so e won wo forest mu no eye ono number so no ye vice president in start here na nsuo nyina say in fact obey Omampeni in 2013 no and amanu sunti o set up interministerial task force so mo fan kon Galamsey e mo chichi nkrofo e hye omo excavators e hye omo shamfa na
to me was the biggest victim
yes enti what to say this for ka say and at food to me or MPP no Galamsey and no we are starting a small scale mining no now Omampeni Mahama na ye Omampeni wa my way so I just say
yes
enti Oyo Omampeni between 2013 to 2016
but the last scale mining year na no amakofibu as OG only alliances na edwoma ma na wa ben 2012
absolutely enti so obi ka chere we say Omampeni Mahama aba na obeye gala me from day one tam mo opposition na ye hu na ye hinti da na ye kasa na nkofo ntie but from day one I knew so no he wasn't interested obeye Omampeni no sa task force not say no by 2016 that task force they say they have given up on the fight against Galamsey South Task Force no
Otse
no 2013 na Inusa Fuseni na chairman Hana Tete was a member and Mahama Yariga almost say they've given up and his entire period 8 years Galamsey unity under the NDC government between 2010 and 2016 no Mahama could not fight Galamsey and then the was say I'm and in fact September 2016 and Mahama Yariga cast as they say they have given up on the fight against Galamsey no and no Galamsey be a topical in the last 3 months before the 2016 elections and Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Ekai say baby Edru we need to take drastic action against Galamsey Nana do be Omampeni January 7 2017 no April 2017 and I'll take action on Galamsey or place a ban on all forms of small scale mining for 20 months almost 2 years. By the time another left ban no in 2018 no na yensuo no eni aiden ate it is a ube catch Omampeni Mahama ube catch and say 8 months pe and waba enti yenya botrema 8 months pe eswa ntumi take bibia action decisive na chese unde no kre because Nanado did it in his first 3 months ebiem wan ka say Omampeni Mahama o promise on mine say oba 120 days 120 days how many months 4 months 1 quarter also within 120 days you will place a ban on small scale mining our manifesto
okay
our social contract 120 days na pa ho place a ban on mining here ye bisawa we see 8 months but you promised us in 120 days let me also remind you something Nanado bisa John Mahama question his excellency John Mahama question be somewhere 2021-2022 or say Omampeni Mahama 2013 and now ye Omampeni no na wo sorry a wo chehye nkrofo chamfan wo chehye nkrofo excavators ne ade e ba ne sei na 2021-2022 de wo de wo mane me e ka kire me se minjai sojafo a me de cheche e fe ne sei Galamsey no say ye kowura 2020 elections a nipa na ono no ohyehe excavators 2013 no akowura mining areas no e ka kyerem so monto amama no na so monto abama na obe make sure so mo di bone a ya kye o matum no ye beja o mo
yes
ne party mpenimfo ka kye Galamsey yes ne se mahama wini a munyina mombra back na mombe yeden mombe Galamsey
so wini pe
it's on video it's on video I say all of a sudden between 2022 and 2024 ye kotoba the same mahama na fe dey say na nado abai na ye Galamsey enti samotoma me a me must stop Galamsey eno na na nado bisa ne say ehina ujina Mr. Mahama, Mr. JM, we want to know where you stand on this Galamsey matter because I never see they be our cousin for if such a person becomes president that's a name no kase kwenyakon water dam
treatment plant
they are shutting it down me no kase mine no a page mu 3 times I am na make am
chebi de kran so
trade union congress and kasa ka wo mampani nim say eh papa 5 months pa oba ye Galamsey no a page mu sense na oba betoro no ame no kase on fa strategy for back and I mean say me nu asa me dey film share videos and pictures of excavators ne Galamsey niama ye friend say ye she no that means oh na say dey dada asa 7 January kra MPP hand over my NDC no kra no na ye she excavators ne dey dada
yes in fact time I she kra mo na mbeka say adnti na kufu ado she excavators because so jiji no de koye input juma wa assembly no ne ade da ko na wo say wash champagne na wash water pumping machine bi asa wonya hweye and also to add to na wo kano on the 10th of June 2010 to 2009 and omo launch youth mining ewa Kotia Baba Jama was there. He was the deputy Eastern Regional Minister. On account of program, and I said they are going to introduce excavators into mining.
Are you aware say and Nemenoka say Ghana every day yenya 200 excavators imported into the country.
200 every day.
Every day. In fact, the last time I checked here, we have over 100,000 excavators at the port.
100,000.
And this is I'm saying, Omoka is a port where Omunya space into Omu movie excavators maybe I could go a security installation. Every day, 200 excavators and they are about my way. The level at which I find is a man in Equatorial Ketwa. But I am not surprised because that was the promise the NDC made to the Galamseyers. Fast forward. Omampeni ba no eno no a sha se say aban na to Galamsey for no good no mami kan show I was shocked when the president did not deny said they are buying good
from Galamsey.
They are likely buying good from Galamsey. I was shocked or say illegal esika yeah your environment no mo say no
or say yes say environment no
ne esika dan say esika no be ko ankranko I say the roba yam roba so wokwane ya nche nko a
now this can be fie dia
ya udi bedu fie nko a dia medi. That is exactly what the president is telling us. Unim say me no kase ono kase bi enum to say $6 billion of gold exports to my no e move 4 billion there likely say free Galamsey for we are exporting blood money. We are exporting proceeds of crime.
Many GSM who say Cadman Mills eyi na no say ontimi sacrifice or no life for CD recovery.
What is a Catholic bishop for Neka say they have also realized the body language, you know. Yeah.
In private. And as an media for Becca, someone who said BB and Chess were crowd so before.
Almost twice when we see an now Bissana say, would there no Yafa Galamsey when almost and where not the mom who say the Nijisikan SA environment. Nancy Catholic bishops and most Reverend Matthew consider if you are or say some Mampenika say Yendu baby I say a call for state of emergency or bois.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It is say the rule say war buying on a water good nefi Galamsey one where then stop here.
Won't me. I saw now show mkutu.
By 3 days near started here did two almost what about Galamsey no. Na mo this soja fako go on a mo say na Galamsey say yes she excavator say manager ya anka mo baba mu. One I say yenja excavator say no government, no president has waged a war on Galamsey than Akufo-Addo. But what catch and say strategy Akufo-Addo using in Bugos. Now anya wise. That those are his words. Anya wise. Say obe this soldier for better ta Galamsey na wash excavator. And say we need better alternatives. In fact, when I say be Akufo-Addo yankoso. Media engagement here and say okay. Okay, say you can't just go after them.
Yeah.
And just go and just be ransacking them without providing an alternative. What it means is that on not doing it. Because you see, I'm so stopping Galamsey for now. Sign a $4 billion good no coffee.
Oh yeah. And our side you know who say provide alternative answer. Okay, say free education. Or see in school then in we it's better free education. It's the same way no. It's the beni benya adwuma Galamsey for nyina ye wi ansa na ye ja Galamsey.
No, the outcome dey sebe. No na mama you machine no. Mama ka se me cho me o. Do woni me. The communication me what is me deep in bi atam da.
There be.
What is my cassette here penny bi da. And what is me cassette me no kre say asem bi anya fact maka da.
There be.
Sure. The entire Mafasa Galamsey a day way personal and say, you were when I was consistent. Me, my video is there. In fact, I may post this video. No,
okay.
I was always saying, say, the reason why Akufa was struggling with the Galamsey fight was because we're politicized. Because some of my city, you know, so be the bonnet. That's a MPP and the opposite side, and if I know the bonnet, because NDC people come, no, you're born, no. And that's what the NDC people did. They took, in fact, almost turning the whole country against the Kufuor.
Yeah. And now, I don't go sending me or say, somebody in Fikura can say, a lawless.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
See, I on Facebook, I delete Augusto deleted the Galamsey.
Okay.
I'm deleted
the screenshot.
Oh, now, my Monty will be a page, no backup. NDC for the will be a page backup. Boys, any bed, you know. It will delete. But you see, the point is that as we speak, the president who is supposed to lead us now is actually saying, say, Obako no ya amroba. That's a unya juma manenya ya. Untumi kan say so unya amrobi no. To tobo as nenje juma man and so manager amrobi no. And that's the problem. We are in trouble. We are in big trouble. Say yama ye ni anye din. Na yantiete mu ngo mampani we so. Amana njade oye no no we ntu Galamsey no hanamo a. Be say enche bia malata. We no mutu Galamsey. Bebana Crawford to Galamsey or Malata, it will enter the city of Accra. What until Kumasi Kwanso Nancy? Accra Kumasi Kwanso. A Kwano pay. Miss Baby or crap police barrier. Police for barriers. I'm telling you, the situation is bad.
I will be sending a picture. Amakufibua, Lance Minister, and the officer on the constituency.
Oh, no, they are look at the constituency, the headquarters. On the constituency, the Hawk and the headquarters. The situation is so bad to the extent, say, NDC executives all over the place. Upper Dencha East NDC. Joy Food Channel, Ewo cameras wa. Or no didn't say crash in a minute. Emia no concert so in free Galamsey site on to me Juma. I win traditional council. When up to now, I win NDC MP no much
yeah.
I'm the petition abroad man
Pascalabi.
Unipano or Galamsey. Today the situation is bad though. Attorney General Ankasa had a cause to write to the security agencies to investigate. Your friend is saying the vice chairman of the NDC and the national organizer of the NDC. Hey, they wrote NDC for from what she read him. Almost from what
no mutu.
South video saying do almost sharing the settings na yomu yeni bia. Because be 1 week ni ye dija egu almost no. Me say yen the NDC for ye no yen yomu bi da. Would him say between 2010 as Galamsey we started at Tamil Scan ho asem. And ask cry your videos on your documentary. Ebepum 2016 na Mahama fi abemu. What say that? Send another danko Kufuor na MPP DB kase NDC for the Galamsey. What say that? And I say omoka say Galamsey no NDC for to kwanto omonko. What is some ke bi da? But mampeni John Dramani Mahama to me Gina TV so e kan say o mampeni ni aban na enyo problem. Emu no more mandate no they should fight their fight. Samije fit na Metro TV kai say obi amen from say omoni MPP international mo find a solution to Galamsey. Na devil any angels into winter die back home.
And only at Galamsey border or herso.
So I'm going to say devil on auto Galamsey for good. Me say Galamsey for nankasa e fa phone. E boy hey Samije V. Sa 8,000 out of my henny you. 8,000 out of my henny ye go na to omo protest it no. The situation is bad. The situation the rule is bad. And say Jankufo amboyen na yentumi antietie mu ngo mampeni we so because you see adwen say so mampeni ni to anamo na so obiane ni so obeko Galamsey ya yen toto anwea ngo ne gare mu se sania omo ye no se na me ka wati ase eti ebema ne kwan ma na to be succeed but ohwe kwan omo fa so omo horo na nadran kwekufado attend your mudi no to the extent say omo to be kan ya magana fo bi kra beji to mu say omampani na odi oman nanim na nkasa tu Galamsey.
Yeah, in fact some George cried the converting say mampani Akufo-Addo e benefit from Galamsey.
Can you imagine? Hey, me say me kaya na bibi ya makoma to be the rule say Nana Akufo-Addo is the only president since 2010 na Galamsey e no nsuo so epie wo man we mu under NDC. Akufo-Addo pe Atanos abako Jomama abako Akufo-Addo pe ne president a otumi tu Galamsey so sa ema at least ye hu say Galamsey no se wo ko ntokwa nso eni to bete sa papa ni mu by the time ofi aban mu no na NDC fama onu mu abedane friend say last killer onu mu no abedi pabone. And that is how bad the situation has been. Yes, so Mampeni John Dramani Mahama. Ye clear in our mind say onye na say Galamsey no obekon because gold no ono benefit. Bakukra do say baby a gold bo akwakodu no county na Galamsey na ekoso. Nti utie ni kasa ne nsem nyina e clear say papa no onye na say obetu ase. Yes, no. Afeya ene obia be hu say he kunim so bisa 24-year-old via o street so say Galamsey obaka say Akufo-Addo de ba yo
esan na dwen be no
because in this former obia ye say Akufo-Addo na de Galamsey aba enye na nsen ya start say me bo videos no a obi hu say say Galamsey say so no 2010 kra na say
yeah
2011 na say Galamsey no ono Mahama kra as president no obe set up task force His Excellency o set up task force e fight Galamsey a lot of the Gen Zs didn't know.
Yeah.
Because for an 18-year-old, after 2024, 18 years, after 2024, no one saying, or be 8 years. So, even 4 years, simple 4 years. Because 2024, 2010 to 2024, they're 14 years. And to be an already 2024, no, already 24 years, no 10 years. To be an 18 years, 2024, no 4 years old. Into more minutes, you know. Galamsey no omo tse ho sem ye Akufo-Addo
say ono na ekwan NDC for the propaganda
ntia no enti emom nyina baji di say Akufo-Addo na de Galamsey ayeden aba they never knew say Mahama ankasa abreso e na Galamsey de yeden e sha ase a wantumi anko a o ka say we give you up yes no kwe na de die wie Akufo-Addo enfa ne bone nche no Akufo-Addo in fact onfa ye nyina ye bone nche because e di baby no Ghana fo nyina to omani say Akufo-Addo say ono no ye Galamsey Emma fell for political for Sukwati kai say Ghana for to abeti Akufo-Addo no fi aban mu a Galamsey beja nti ene ya Galamsey egu so ekoso no hwan na e2 Galamsey no Sam George say omampani bi a sebe na dwen ye adwuma obunu hu bia no owotumi e betumi e ma na end Galamsey in one week
yeah
omampani so say 8 months isa but Sam George no ye na cabinet minister and say it can end in 1 week. We are in trouble. We are in big trouble. If ever, now we must show over Galamsey and the Akufo-Addo, Mr. and Mahama, Oda Biweni.
So, Dennis Miracle Abuajino ne edi enkomone propaganda ne die ombeye. And many say afi the Ghana for die ne nyame. Na omo kasa no mu bi say a lot of questions. Make us say Nana Safoji a ranking member Foreign Affairs Committee. Mubeka say ene na nsa me ka kire mu say nkitaundie bi akoso enti omako Côte d'Ivoire baby a Ghana for about 14,000 aye refugees no minority members on the Foreign Affairs Committee no akoho the team was led by Nana Safoji MP for Bosome Freho momako akosra wo makohwe omasikyere mu se di sitie akosre Ivy Kusaban se onhwe omuyie omonso ni a minority ni betimi aye o parliament e di abo amasumdua aba no matimi ababia no ombeye omuwie omo 2 million CFA francs se omonso enfa embo om upkeep na omonfa enhwe mu hotel say penifone ni mabitimi atoto yi so there no by way of information yet begu movement TV online any movement TV Facebook ona okon so a wanya bi so ahwe enya bi akenkan ti ebo na nasa for jirima baso so matimi etusa anamono so honorable bibi o ha episode kan ho na ye fancy
oh they be kan say yes omampani omani de Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia 2028 na me na dom no ton so pagu so a oba bedi o mine nim na nhyehyɛ ɔno nso wɔ no ɛne adwempɔ ɔwɔ ma Ghana mmebu especially when it comes to job creation ideas a ɔwɔ no obetumi de ama na mmebu no so tumi nyɛ adwumayɛ but yɛmpɛ sɛ mmerɛ no bɛso a yɛbɛba no na ɔman no asɛe ɛyɛ sɛ ɛbɛma Dr. Bawumia adwuma no ayɛ dɛn ayɛ dede nti yɛhyɛ no ɔnyane na ɔma n'ani nna hɔ na adwuma pɔteɛ wɔ hɔ na ɔhwɛ no ayɛ dɛn ɔnyɛ ma yɛn deɛ nti yɛn ayɛ adwene sɛ yɛbɛboa na wɔtumi ayɛ ne sɛ yɛmpɛ sɛ 2020 years na yɛbɛba no na yɛbɛsɛ akɔ yɛkyi biem nti nipa ɛwɔ hɔ sisi a na ɔmmɔ ho ban na kakra obetumi de aka ho no ɔmfa yɛ dɛn ɔmfa nka ho yɛba na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nso bi so a na wɔtumi apagya mu akɔ anim prɛkɔpɛ that's the rule
me nso me da se ene nkɔfo bi so mo de petition akɔma yuko sɛ yɛ investigate Dr. Bawumia abedum anim
oh there be by at yes you at
mo so mate won from
yeah train
mo train a petition no
exactly
mo answers for the petition per the information amati
oh ye hu ye but from the art in there I don't think say emze nipa na me tinin komode bi wo joy na me kotie bi ono abi na num kai say ase na dream no institutions we are idle omuni adwuma so he wants to get them busy
okay
I think say it's one of his ways of getting them busy.
I see.
I think say yes aka you hu the woman na iya no.
All right. Yo my hwe there na ekoso so far in the camp of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and all that.
Oh say obeka say last week yana ewie yakoye some quick